G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kaitlyn and I'm an American living in beautiful Sydney, Australia, and I've been living in Australia for a year now. I can't believe it's been a year. Time has flown by so fast. I've made so many memories, met so many amazing people, and have done things I would have never expected. So much has changed in this last year, and I've learned so many life lessons along the way that I wanted to share with you guys. Life lessons from Aussies that I have learned as an American living here for a year. So if you want to see what those life lessons are, grab a Becky, grab a cuppa, and let's jump right into this video. The first thing is, don't take things too seriously. Life is meant to be enjoyed. You're supposed to go to barbecues and relax with family and friends and go to the beach and use your paid holiday time, use your sick leave. Don't sit there and work yourself. You're supposed to work to live and not live to work over here in Australia. So many Aussies have this very, very relaxed, chill attitude. They don't take things too seriously. They don't take life too seriously. They don't take people or jokes too seriously. I love that Aussies can take the piss out of each other without being offended, without feeling like they're going to possibly hurt somebody's feelings. It's not that Aussies don't care, but they don't take things seriously. They take things with a very lighthearted approach. And after living here for a year, I've learned to take things a lot less seriously. Yeah, there's still some things that I could definitely improve on when it comes to taking things a little bit less seriously here. But overall, I feel like I've been taking things a lot less serious since I moved over here, and that's definitely a huge life lesson that I've learned living in Australia. Life lesson number 2 is having a drink with somebody is probably the best way to get to know them. I worked with my colleagues for about 9 months, and up until we had this little office party where we sat down, we had lunch together, we had a couple drinks together, I felt like I knew them on a pretty superficial level. I learned so much about my coworkers in that little 2-hour lunch break than I had in the entire 9 months that I'd been working with them. Some of Mark's friends and family I met over here on video chat, and we would talk plenty of times on video chat, but until I had the chance to sit down and have a cup of tea or have a glass of wine with them, I didn't really know them all that well. But I feel like once you sit down, whether you have a drink or you have a cuppa with somebody, that's when you really get to know people on a much better level. The best way to get to know somebody is just to sit down, have a cuppa, have a drink, whether it's alcoholic or not, and just enjoy somebody's company. Get to know them a little bit better. That's going to be the best way to get to know somebody. So if you haven't already, grab a cuppa and let's get into the rest of this list. This one is absolutely true, and a swim at the beach or a bushwalk will put you in such a better mood if you're in a bad mood. Getting out into nature, enjoying it, whether you're a beach person and you want to go for a swim, whether you're somebody who enjoys the mountains or just general bushwalking, it is so relaxing to get out in nature, and nature is everywhere over here in Australia. Even in the suburbs, it's bright, it's green. You don't get that same feeling in a lot of places in America. I grew up in a city. It never really felt like I was out in nature if I was going for a walk. It would be going to get chores done or just trying to burn a couple calories. It didn't really feel all that relaxing, whereas over here, I love taking walks. It's refreshing. There's so much greenery. Even if you're living in a city area, it really does feel like you're enjoying so much natural beauty over here in Australia. And even though with all the rains last summer, we didn't get the chance to go to the beach that much, I know 100% if you're in a bad mood and if you're a beach person, going to the beach can put you in such a better mood. It brightens your day, it brightens your mood, sometimes for days or even weeks. Sometimes we really just need a chance to get out in nature, do what we enjoy, relax a little bit. And that was something that I never really considered before coming to Australia, going for a walk, or even if I'm not going for a swim, walking along Circular Quay when I'm in the CBD is incredible. Being surrounded by water, that salty sea breeze, I absolutely love it. I'm such a beach person. I love the water. I love the ocean. But getting out in nature is probably the best way to get yourself out of a bad mood. The 4th thing I've learned over here is be generous. And I know when a lot of us think of generous, we think of money, and To be fair, plenty of us don't really have the opportunity to be generous financially, but being generous with your kindness, being generous with your time, being generous with your compliments, as long as they're genuine compliments, all of this goes such a long way to improving the moods of people around you. And I feel like once their mood's lifted up, there's almost this energy that lifts your mood up as well. So be generous. Be generous with your gifts, your time, your talent. Spread that to the people around you. Don't keep it bottled up. Don't be selfish and try to keep it all to yourself. Aussies are very generous in nature. I've seen people buy shouts for each other at the pub. I've seen people just sit down when they know somebody's having a hard day and spend that extra hour or two with them to really talk things through and make sure that they're okay. Be generous with what you have, because you have no idea how much that small little act can go to really improve somebody's mood, improve somebody's day. Whether it's with money, whether it's with time, whether it's with your friendship, be generous. Don't be stingy. It's definitely the Aussie way over here to be generous like that. Number 5 is don't rush. To be honest, Aussies are very, very chill and laid back, and as an American, I was so used to rushing around. I was always the fastest to answer emails, the quickest one to respond to a task, the first one to work on a project. I'm one of those people who will sit there and, I'm one of those people who will pack probably about 3 weeks before going on a holiday. I did that for Hawaii. But so many Aussies here are laid back and they don't rush things. They know it's better to take your time and make sure that you're doing something right, and don't stress about it. Don't take it too seriously, like I said in point number 1. But if it is something serious, you don't need to rush to get something done over here. Australia is a very chilled, laid-back country. There really doesn't seem like anybody's in a rush over here. Now, maybe if you're in the CBD and you're near some of the offices, there might be a little bit of rushing around going on, but I mean, it is the CBD. There's a lot of work being done in those areas. But throughout the rest of Australia, everything is so much more laid back. It's calm because people aren't rushing to get things done here. They're taking their time, they're enjoying the process, they're enjoying the journey to get there. Number 6 is be cautious, but don't let caution run your life. So many Americans that I've talked to talk about how they're afraid to come to Australia because there's venomous snakes and spiders, and then you have sharks and crocs and so many other deadly animals over here. Aussies are cautious, but they don't let caution ruin their life. If they want to go on a bushwalk to places where they know that there are probably going to be venomous snakes walking around, they'll take precautions, but they'll still go. There are people who will go to swimming holes and whatnot in the Northern Territory, which has so many crocs in that area. But they follow protocols. They pay attention to their surroundings. If there are signs, if there's somebody there saying that there was a croc there a few days ago, whatever it is in that area, people are cautious, but they don't let it ruin or run their life. When it comes to bad weather, people will still try to make the best of a bad situation. Those rains were so bad last summer, and I know that there are plenty of people like me who stayed indoors if they thought it was going to rain even just a little bit, but I know so many Aussies who were still out and about, and if they thought it was going to rain, they brought an umbrella. They didn't let it ruin their day. So even though Aussies are very cautious, I mean, they live in a pretty dangerous country to a certain extent when you're talking about nature and the wilderness. Even if they're cautious, they don't let the caution, they don't let the worry or the fear ruin their life, ruin their day, or ruin their attitude. Or number 7 is get outside and get into nature. Whether it's going for bushwalks, whether it's going swimming at the beach, whether it's grabbing coffee with friends at the Royal Botanic Gardens if you're living in a city, whatever it is, get out into nature and enjoy it. There are so many beautiful gardens and parks to go to if you're in the cities. And if you're out in the suburbs or if you're out in the bush, there are so many places to go bushwalking, to go hiking, maybe even go for a dip in some of the rivers or some of the little pools. But getting out into nature is crucial. It helps your mood so much. It helps you relax. It helps you enjoy your surroundings, and it really gets you away from the stress of work, the stress of some of the chores that might be waiting for you at home. Just get out into nature, enjoy your time out there, and relax while you're out there. Something that living back in Philly, I never really had the opportunity to do, and it's something I really love about living in Australia is that even though I'm in the suburbs and I'm going for a walk to the shops or running errands, I still feel like I'm out in nature. There is so much here to enjoy, so much to see. Even just walking around, looking at some of the flowers, listening to some of the birds. I'm sure you guys can hear some of this in the background as well. I feel like I haven't filmed a single video since I got over here where you couldn't hear birds in the background. Just get out into nature and enjoy it. It's absolutely incredible and will improve your mood so much. It's one of the best life lessons I've learned since moving here. And finally, life lesson number 8 is she'll be right. There are so many things that people worry about, they stress about, but Aussies sort of let a lot of those stresses roll off their back with that she'll be right attitude. It was actually something that was a bit of a struggle with me and my partner the first year or two that we were together, not just being long distance, but he's Australian. I'm a little bit of the more uptight American. So I worry and stress about everything. I plan about anything that could possibly go wrong in the near future, in the distant future, whereas he has this laid back, she'll be right attitude. And to be honest, we balance each other out quite well in this area, but I've definitely learned to adopt more of that she'll be right attitude. It's actually quite healthy to just accept something that's going to be out of your control, nothing you can do about it. Instead of worrying and trying to control everything in a certain scenario or a certain situation, she'll be right. It'll work itself out. And if it doesn't, there's really nothing you can do. It's out of your control. So that's it for this video, you guys. 8 life lessons I've learned in my first year living here in Australia. Were there any that surprised you? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for all the support, your comments, your likes, the knowledge that you have given me in the comments below. If you have the chance to, pop over to my Discord. We have a lot of great conversations going on over there as well. Also, check out my Instagram. I don't post too much over there, but that's getting a little bit bigger now as well. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. It really does help support me and help support this channel. And I will see you guys in my next video.